Hi, Lori. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to talk to you and ask you a couple of questions. So, first question, tell me, when did you start creating art and why?
I'm going to say probably in my 20s is just, I just wanted to do something. It's like it was doodles at first. It was always, let me doodle. And then I think somebody introduced me to watercolor, and I did watercolor for many years. So I think that's when I started in my 20s. And then in my 30s, I took a break and did mostly jewelry,
Oh, okay.
which leads me to what I'm currently doing with the encaustic. That's where I landed, mixed media encaustic for the last 12 years.
How did you find that mixed media is the next chapter for you?
Because I was doing jewelry, and enamel jewelry, so it's layers and layers, and it's interesting every time. It wasn't just acrylic, not that acrylic's bad or anything like that, but it wasn't simple, just like jewelry making. And I loved that challenge of, okay, what am I going to do with this mixed media today? You come in and you have all this in your head, and you get into a flow, and it doesn't stop, and you can do so much with it. And I just know that that's my medium.
There's a lot of layering in your work. Do you know when you start out where it's going to go?
Everybody asks me that question, and you don't want to be in this brain because you don't. I keep a pile of collage papers. I have milk paints. I have all this around me, and I kind of look at it like I'm going to prepare a meal, and it just develops. It's just no. So I have no idea where it's going.
Do you know when it's done?
I do know that.
Okay.
I do. And when I'm questioning it, I will put it aside and look at it the next day or two. And usually I'm pretty good at that now. It took a while because you want to keep going and going, but yeah, I pretty much know that.
When did you know you were going to be like, so I know I asked when did you start painting, but when did you know it was going to be a career path that you couldn't deny?
Well, because I had a career of owning my own gallery, I had to step back a little bit because I wanted to give it 100%. And so it wasn't until I really closed the gallery and gave it 100%. I just said, so it was probably I'm going to say around 2018 is when I started applying to shows and getting more serious.
Do you find marketing to be a big part of
It
being an
is, and
artist
it's
these
probably the
days?
thing I hate the most.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I used to do it for the store, so I says, "Oh, I can do this for myself." And you do have to be a little selfish and say, "Okay, today I'm going to sit down, and it's going to be all about me. I'm going to get on Instagram. I'm going to do what I need to do." It's really part of being an artist. Not the best part, but it is part of it.
Yeah. If you were a new artist getting started, whether young or old, what advice would you give them?
My advice, the same advice I give myself now after all these years, is don't worry about what's out there, who's selling better, who's got more Instagram followers. It's all about competing with yourself, getting better every day, learning, taking courses. You can paint for 30 years and there's still so many new things and inspiration. So I would say just look to yourself as the competition. And sometimes you get stuck because everybody gets stuck. Look at some old work and you'll be surprised what comes up.
That's awesome advice. Thank you. One final question. How do you feel when you're creating?
This is a feeling that I think only when you're in the flow that you can feel this, but there's nothing more exciting than getting up in the morning, rolling into your studio, and having that, like, your heart starts beating. Okay, where am I going right now? And it's just, I call it a flow because you could be in there for 24 hours. You actually have to stop yourself. But that's how I feel when I paint.
Sounds awesome. Thank you so much, Lori.
You're
I can't
welcome.
wait to see you at the opening on June 4th.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yay.
Thank you so much, Nadja.